This week I was walking through a parking lot and my ears perked up as I overheard a couple of men having an intense conversation. One told the other he needed a whole new life, and I caught wind of the couple of things that he was deeply unhappy about. I sympathized, and I know so many other people feel the same way that man did. We're in tough times. Tough times amplify the noise that we've been tuning out. It shines light on what we've shut behind the closet door, out of sight, out of mind. Things that we've been living with for a long time, perhaps our entire lives. But now that man had impetus to make radical changes. When we're considering radical life changes, there are two important questions. The first one is, what is the cost going to be? And the second one is, how am I going to make these changes? Welcome to Morning Tea. I'm Joanne, Jolee, and I'm so glad you found me. If you're new, take a second to subscribe to this channel as we are training the YouTube algorithm, and let's jump right in. First, be warned, new lives can be a reckless pursuit. When I was a teenager, there was a young couple with a toddler who bought the old Victorian house directly across the street and renovated it. He was a pilot, his wife was an airline hostess, and I adored them. I thought she was the most beautiful, elegant woman I'd ever seen, and I often babysat. Then suddenly one day I was shocked when I heard the pilot tell my mother he was leaving his wife and child. He said he wanted a family and a wife, but not this one. So the house was sold and we never heard from them again. But there is no washing your hands of parenthood. And based upon people I've worked with over the years, I can take a pretty educated guess at the consequences he would have faced with his adult daughter, having abandoned her. All the nights she cried herself to sleep, wanting, needing her daddy's affection, the brokenness she felt, her difficulty trusting men, her feeling of being unlovable. So before you jump into a radical shift, consider the damage to very important relationships. Going back to the pilot and judging from his reaction to the problems he encountered in his family and his response to run away, he may have needed radical changes in his heart and his mind. Then perhaps he would have seen how precious this little child was, how blessed a life he had. He could have taken all of that energy and applied himself to the problems going on in the family that he was experiencing, building the family up instead of tearing it down and destroying it. So first, take a step back to a place where you can get away unemotionally and just look at your situation. Is this really a good life? Or does your house, so to speak, need to be cleaned up? That is metaphorical, but it's physical too, since often a cluttered and rundown house indicates the same thing going on in your mind. Maybe some outside help in the way of coaching or counseling could be helpful to get things in order. Now, if no children will be hurt by your plan, then don't wait another minute. Go for it. With gusto, time is wasting away. You probably should have done this years ago. Grab a pen and paper or start a new computer file and make some notes. Follow through. Get it done. Kick the doors down. Conquer the mountains in your way. You are going to be an inspiration to everyone around you. And remember, in order to change your life, you're going to have to change the way you think, or you're going to bring with you the same blocking mental processes and perhaps even end up back in the same place. Radical changes take energy and a hand to the plow mentality. You're not going to look back, you're going to forge forward. Not everything has been bad. There's been plenty of good that's going to go with you. And all the bad, all the mistakes also have served you well. They have provided you with knowledge, with lessons that you can now turn into wisdom. And this leg of the journey will be a whole lot better. Is this message for you? Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I'm doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I'm making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. Pray for God's new things in your life. Pray for streams in your wasteland. He is able to bring wonderful and radical changes to your life. Thank you so much for being here. Every week I put out new content to inspire, encourage you on your journey. So don't go without subscribing. And remember to look for the blessings. They're all around you. Bye-bye.
Where would be the